put some more light on it. Happy Sunday, everyone. And this is a wonderful little moment for me. So thank you. Just get into the picture. Thank you for being there. Thank you for being you. Thank you for what we share here. I keep saying thank you, and I can feel the joy in my heart is very strong. Because yeah, we've found the jewel. We've found the jewel. And what was the jewel? The jewel is to express love. There is nothing in this world that is so beautiful as to feel love and express love. And that's what I feel that you're doing on this channel, and I feel because you're there, I'm able to practice this and just the English word practice is to become better at something, but it's also to actually just do it. So that's what I mean, to be in this state of being where you just feel the love flowing. Just feel it flowing. So wonderful. So yeah, I was actually just saying this in my prayer, and it's just so wonderful how I feel the angels are helping me, or whoever is around is helping me doing these videos to just really, isn't it called hone into, to just focus on to what is really a good thing to share. And when we sense our ability to love is growing and that we can do it more and more, it's just fantastic. And I was just feeling so grateful this morning that I really feel my parents taught me how to love. So thank you, Mum and Dad. Thank you. So yeah, there's different things I want to share with you, and I can start off saying thank you also for all your absolutely beautiful comments, and it's just so wonderful. I know it from myself when you see something that touches your heart and you just feel this is so helpful to me. You just want to send out thank you. And isn't this wonderful how YouTube has created this? That, I mean, whatever subject you're interested in or whatever you want to connect about, we can connect with each other and share our joy and gratitude. Isn't that just so powerful? So thank you for YouTube too. Thank you, YouTube, for being there. Yeah, so thank you for all your comments, and yeah, I've got different things to share this Sunday. We're going to have a look at the little calf because he's so beautiful. And he's 3 days old, and it's quite wet today. It's quite grey. So he's just been running around. He's on a leash, on a string, a nylon string, because I want him to go to the electric fence and get a shock so that he's trained. Because if I don't train him now and I let him out onto the paddock with the cows, he's going to go everywhere. So he has to feel the pain. But he's so beautiful, and he can lead us. I mean, he's going to be butchered one day because he's for meat. that's just one little thing, and a part of this channel, and I think which some people, they don't like watching this channel because they know that I eat meat and I butcher, sometimes butcher an animal. But there's just no doubt in my heart that this is the way, it's just fine. And you can love an animal and give the animal a name and just rejoice in its life and eat it afterwards. So many people can't understand, how can you do that? You wouldn't eat your dog. But yeah, that's just, I just don't have a problem. So anyway, he's going to be butchered. So for those of you who don't, you may as well just hear it now. But we're going to have him for about maybe 9 months. So we're going to enjoy him. And it made me think of a subject which came to me, I want to share this morning. And it's the whole thing of loving ourselves and feeling good about who we are. And I think this is going to be for the rest of our lives, every single day. But I'm hoping, I have an ambition that I can help you and I can help myself with these videos to get to a place where we really, we start to feel blissful about being who we are. And I think that's challenging. It is really challenging to deeply love who we are. So let's just dive into this a little bit. And the reason why the calf was sort of he was part of this is that when you look at this little calf and you look at his little face, you have only love. And he might have some poo on him or something, but in our eyes he's perfect. He's just, and really all the animals, but especially little baby animals. You just feel there's nothing more perfect than this little thing, this little bit of life. And you'd never stand there criticizing this little being, ever. And really that little calf is us. But how do we talk to that little calf? We don't just pour love all over ourselves. We don't. I know for myself, the sentences that go on, or the comments we have towards ourselves are not, oh, you're just so wonderful and so special, and I love you so much. It's really quite judgmental. And yeah, having some of our focus on this, just making sure that every day we tune into this. What are the things I'm saying to myself? I think this is just so important, because no matter where we are on our journey, this is I think it's part of the being human. So let's start treating ourselves like that little calf. And let's just have a look at why is it we are so judgmental towards ourselves. And why is it is so important to feel good about ourselves? Well, let's just do that first. The reason why it's so good to feel good about ourselves is that's really where we feel the most joy, and we feel that life is wonderful. We blossom when we are giving ourselves that hug, that we are creating an energy around us, an environment, an emotional environment around ourselves that is full of love. Of course we blossom, and our little machine, the body, the mind, the soul, the being that we are, functions the best, of course. Just like a child that's in good conditions, a plant that's in good conditions. And also, the reason why this is so important is that that's the way we grow. Because you can't really grow. you stunt, we stunt our growth when we criticize ourselves. It just holds everything, makes everything quite stagnant, and we can't move forward very quickly. So that was just some, and also, of course, we can when we're blossoming, we can shine our light. I mean, everything is better when we feel good about ourselves. So, what is the reason why it's so hard to not feel? Why is it so hard to feel good about ourselves? Well, let's just have a look at why it is. One reason is that we grew up with people. We have been, and many of us are, surrounded by people who feel bad about themselves. I mean, I've just been away for some days, and just nearly everyone you experience, it feels quite uneasy, feels quite shy and tense within themselves. And the ones who feel very confident, you can sense that that confidence often, it's not everyone, but I just see it often, that confidence is actually hiding a lot of insecurity. So that's no doubt. This is the environment we grew up in and the environment we're used to being in, because we are a group, we're a community being, we're one big body, and we're mirroring, we're always, and as little children, we're copying. We learn from our parents, and if they had a really hard time loving themselves, of course that's what we learn. So we have to unlearn it. And for many of us, we're never going to do it in this lifetime, because it's just too intense. Another reason I think why it's so hard is because is because we want to grow. There are things we wish that change within us, in the way we look or the way we live. We want to change things, and we very quickly get irritated if we don't change quick enough. That I know that from myself. If you're working on your health, you're working on feeling better, and it's not going fast enough. You get you start criticizing yourself. Come on, do it. You can do it. Why are you so slow? And it really doesn't help at all. So you want this. That's what I feel. You want to feel that you're really moving ahead and growing in different areas of your life, becoming better at things. And you lose patience with yourself. So I think that's one of the reasons why I think for myself, that there's certain things you have certain goals, and if you don't reach the goals, you criticize yourself. You beat yourself up. So let's just go into this one, and it's a very, very fine balance, because and that's really, I think that this is probably one of the biggest reasons why it's so difficult, because we know we're meant to grow and we're meant to change, and there are parts of us that are less that we need to shed, we need to let go of, we need to get rid of, and there's a part of us that's hanging on to it. So we know deep down that we are meant to grow, and we feel this deep. I mean, the soul rejoices when we grow. But the thing is, we can't push it, and that's where, when the criticizing comes, it never ever comes from our soul. Our soul is always saying, "This is just wonderful. That little tiny step, you made that little change. It's so wonderful." But the ego says, "Oh, that was that little step. That's not enough. Do more." And so the self-criticism can only ever come from the ego. It's only remnants of the ego. And the ego also tells us that if you if you let me die, if you let go of me, you're never going to grow, and that's not true. So it's finding it's that's what I wrote down here. Because we've learnt to love something that's perfect and we're not perfect. And turned around, you can say that we are perfect in our imperfection, because we'll never become physically perfect. But in our inner being, we are perfect, because we are one with God. And we're here on an experience in a body to learn and grow. And so it is perfect in this very moment, exactly as it is. In the old way of seeing it, as something that's perfect, it has no flaws. It's a thing, and it has not got one little. I mean, you can't take anything from nature that hasn't got a flaw. There's a piece of wood here. But this is perfect. This piece of wood is perfect, because it is what it is, and that's us really. And that's what we need to realize, that it is the unique being we are in this very moment, with all that we have learnt and all that we are going to learn, is perfect, or is, if you don't like the word perfect, it is complete. Because when we get this, that we are complete in this very moment, right in the middle of our growth process, it's easier to love, because we've learned that when there's something wrong with something, you can't really love it. But that is the conditional love. So we can think, I can talk about this for hours. But when it comes to the crunch, or what you say, when it comes right down to what do I do, how do I learn to love myself, is really to just start loving. Just sink into that place where the love is and feel it. And you'll feel that you are love. And you'll know, because when you sink into the deep love of your heart, you are one with your soul, and your soul will guide you to which changes you need to make in your life. It will come naturally. It will come with ease. It will not come like a big dictator saying, come on, do this, do that. Why haven't you done this yet? It won't come like that. So that was a little bit about loving ourselves. And let's just have a little moment of breathing and just sensing this love. That right where we are in our lives, just close our eyes, just have a bit of tea. I'll just check the calf because he's outside. Yeah, he's asleep. So let's just close our eyes and just breathe deeply. Just feel all our body. Feel how soft it is, how relaxed it is, and sense how all is well right now. When we choose to feel peace, there is peace. And it feels like coming home, just coming into ourselves, feeling ourselves. Feel how we are this little calf, this little being. There is a little child in us that just so wants to be loved. And let's just sense how we love it. Look at her little face. his little face and just tell him we love him. Just hold him. Tell him that he's okay exactly as he is. And that now we can relax. Because we are complete. We've decided that this is the truth. We are complete right where we are on our journey of growth, of life. And let's sense how we, each and every one of us, hold this growth potential. Think of all the things that we can learn, that we haven't learned yet. And how it's like a seed, with this little seed. And there's all this possibility, and we don't have to do it, but it's all there. Just love all that potential that is who we are. All these possibilities that we are holding, like a little world that can bring forth all sorts of wonders. And sense how the most powerful, beautiful part of us is the love that we are. So let us feel the love within us, that we are love. We have a personality, we have a life, there are people around us, but that's not what we're focusing on right now. We're just focusing on the fact that we are love. And it's pulsating in all our body. It's this warm feeling. It's this relaxed feeling of being, just being. And that sense also that in this film, that everyone who's watching this film is connected with this bond of love. It's just this beautiful, beautiful love energy that flows from each and every one of us to each other, because we are all brothers and sisters. We are all one. There is no separation. We are all parts of each other. And we have really never been separated. That was just an idea. So just feel our oneness with each other, and that we are here for each other. We are sending help to each other right now, right where we are, strengthening, soothing, assisting each other in being on this planet, being right here, just as we are. And this love can have all the colours of the rainbows, all the scents of the flowers. It can take any form, and it can only be beautiful. And sense how this beautiful love feeling just goes out onto all the earth, embracing every life form, every human, every animal, every plant, Mother Earth and the skies and the stars. We're just spreading our love out to everywhere and sensing how it all comes back. It's one big flow of love. Just breathe deeply and just come back to your body. Just sense how your body is there. It feels relaxed. It's this wonderful, special, magnificent vessel that is the place for your spirit to live in right now. And let's just cherish this body that we have been given. That is our body. Our feet and our legs, our bottom, our corpus, what's it called? It's the body, every organ, our wonderful heart that's beating, our lungs that are breathing, and up into our shoulders and arms and hands, up our neck and into our head, feeling every hair on our head, feeling how what a gift to be in this body, feeling all this life. So thank you for our beautiful little cells who are like the little calf, this beautiful little face. Every cell is happy and joyful and doing its job because it loves to do its job of keeping us vibrant and healthy and happy and beautiful right where we are. So thank you for our bodies, and thank you for this moment. Just breathe deeply, and when you're ready, just open your eyes. Maybe you want to stretch. Oh. So, yeah, I don't know how much time we have here, but I just want to share this other thing, that, yeah, life is challenging. I feel life is challenging. I feel life is really challenging. And it's, the channelings, some of them I'm sharing, they're all saying we're doing the most amazing job because, and I think it's good to just share this here, that just being alive is a challenge. Just being and being yourself, being your authentic self, that's just what I feel is huge. If you can be yourself, every time you become more authentic, you're running a marathon. It's very, very difficult. And I just got this morning, why is it so challenging? Well, there's many, many reasons why it's so challenging to be human. But we know all the things that are happening on the earth and how we've destroyed so much. And just when I go to the city, I've just been for a few times, just seeing all the buildings and all the stuff, all the roads, and they're just digging up Mother Earth. They're just creating so much ugliness. And you just can't believe it, how they can keep doing. We can keep doing it. And there's so much ugliness on earth. And for those of us who are very sensitive, it can be, I mean, people commit suicide because it's just too much to handle, because it's too destructive. And so I just got this image of sometimes it can feel like you've been put onto this nightmare of a landscape where there's all these factories and what do you call them, nuclear power stations, all this ugliness, and you're this beautiful little being standing there thinking, what is going on on this planet? And all these people are rushing to this building and just doing their work and all stressed out, and our job is to not go with that flow, which can be challenging in itself, because we can feel we can't be part of that. We cannot be part of that destructive way of being. Life is innocent, life is beautiful, and we want to protect Mother Earth, and we want to live in harmony. That's just the way it is. And so we turn our attention away from that huge big factory ugliness, and we see that over there in the bitumen there's a tiny little flower that's come up through this thick layer, it's just pushed its way up and said, here I am, here I am, I'm alive. Mother Earth is saying, I'm still here under all that ugliness. I'm alive, I'm here. And that flower is like the little calf. It's perfect, it's beautiful, like we are. And so our job as light workers and people who bring the light, which is really everyone, but those of us who really feel that we are on it's our job, we go to the flower and we rejoice in the flower. We just keep rejoicing. Just go and look at the flower. Smell the flower. Let's find the flower. Here we have it. And we just look into it. And we just feel so grateful and so alive. And we sense the scent. And we feel this is home. This is the truth. All that ugliness is not the truth. This is the truth. It's life itself, and it's just beauty. And this is who we are. This is who we are. So that's what I feel is me, and maybe you can recognize that feeling that you have all this going on around you, and you know with all your heart, every cell in your body, that all you have to do is focus on this flower and be with this flower, and know that one day this flower will reproduce itself, and there will be flowers everywhere. We will be dancing in a haven of, we will be in heaven, and all these flowers will have taken over. And human beings will realize that it's not by creating all that ugliness that we live here. We can live on this planet and it can be a paradise, and we can still have our food, have our shelter, have our tea, have our coffee, whatever, and we can live in harmony. Of course we can. So if you think it's tough, I know how you feel. So let's just keep focusing on the flower, and that life is beautiful. And the more we focus on the flower, the more little flowers start coming up through all the, which is, yeah, the world that is really not there. It's, as I've said so many times, and as you know, what you focus on grows. So we grow. We just focus, keep focusing on the life, the light, and the love. So we're going to have a look at that little calf, and it's still raining, it's still wet, but we're going to do it anyway. So let's go. Got my lovely woolen pants on now. Because it's cold. It's cold and wet. Yeah. They've had their cheese and their grain. They have cheese every day because they've got so much milk. Here we are. Here we are. It's not raining right now, actually. No. And Ivy, she's put indoors because she's on heat and she's gone completely berserk. Oh, yay. Have to turn off the fence. Who do we have here? Who do we have here? Oh, it's so beautiful. Hey. It's so beautiful. Hi, Mary. Yeah. Hi, Rasmus.
Christmas. Hey? Are you beautiful? Yeah. That's your mummy. That's your beautiful mummy. Yeah. That's your beautiful mummy. Yeah, and you're beautiful too. Yeah, you want to run real far. I know you do. Oh, you're so cute. Oh. Yeah, it's your mummy. Yeah, yeah, so beautiful. Yeah, that's your auntie over there. That's Mary. Mary and Emily Rose are sisters. So that's her auntie. Yeah. Yeah, Auntie Mary. Oh, yeah. Joy? Osh? That's so beautiful. Yeah? Go and get a shock there. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Go and get a shock. Turn it on. Yeah? Yeah, yeah. Oh, he's so cute. Yeah? Yeah, yeah. Osh? Soon he's gonna be let off. Have a good run. Yeah? Beautiful. Is she beautiful? Yeah. Oh. Yeah? Osh? Osh? Yeah? Yeah, yeah. Osh? Hmm? Hmm? Okay, let's do our... You're beautiful, Mary. You're on heat too. Yeah, you're all wild. Let's do our Gabriel message now.
So today is number 20, I was just told. Let's see if it's true. Of course it's true. Okay, it's the Gabriel message number 20. Just sit down. And it's called Release Any Need to Cling to the Status Quo. You are being asked to let go into the power of light, which will allow you to live in your truth. Dear one, it is a new time. It is a new moment. When you cling to the status quo, you are clinging to the way things used to be. Sometimes it feels safer to hold on to the old way. Change can be frightening, and yet, is your world not changing constantly? In holding on to the status quo, you are clinging to a thought of how something used to be. When you have the power to change it for the better, this very moment. There is tremendous power in your thoughts. A thought is like a prayer to the universe, asking for what you want. If your thoughts are unconscious, if fears play a large part in what goes on in your mind, in effect you are asking for the things that frighten you to come into your life. Fear is part of the status quo, and the greatest fear seems to be of the unknown. Yet it is not possible to always know exactly what is to be. You are being asked to let go of your fears and allow the power of divine light to guide, nourish, and protect you. Letting go is a moment-to-moment process. It is surrendering to the flow of life. Let go into the light, which is the flow of God, moving within at every moment. The divine presence is the only constant in the midst of change. This is a truth you can trust. Is not the power of light and love a greater attraction than fear and doubt? It is your attachment to wanting things never to change that holds you back. Simply ask clearly for what you want from the higher power and the angels. All the assistance you need is available to you if you just ask. When you are free from old fears and attachments, you will know the freedom and joy of your truth. Your truth is always what makes you happy, and this is divine will for you at all times. God wants you to be happy. Pray to live in the light of your truth. Know that you are divinely guided at all times. Ask for the assistance to let go of fears that no longer serve you. Allow the grace of the angels to work through you, knowing you are profoundly loved. Remember, release any need to cling to the status quo. You are being asked to let go into the power of light, which will allow you to live in your truth. Now let's see what card the Lord wants us to see. There we go. See if we can put it here. I don't think. Wait a minute. And this card is dirty. So trust that although we have this dirt on us, we are magnificent as we are, and that all is here, all that we need, and that life is beautiful, and so are we. Okay, so let's end off this Sunday Shining, number 11. I just love doing these videos, and this Sunday Shining is really special for me. So yeah, and so I just want to thank you. Maybe just, I don't know what to say about that text. I just think it was so powerful. So yeah, whatever you could use from this is wonderful, and thank you for your energy. As I've said before, when you watch this, and even now that I'm making it, you're sharing your energy. We're sharing our energy all the time, and of course every time we're in the love state, in the trusting state, in the letting go state, the energy we send out is very, very powerful, very healing. So thank you for being you. Thank you for being right there. Thank you for having survived everything you have survived. And thank you for all the potential for growth that is in you. And just thank you for your love. So take care and have a wonderful Sunday, doing what makes you feel joyful, whatever it is. And have a wonderful week where you sense how the scents of the flowers, the beauty of the flowers, is spreading out everywhere. See you soon.